Libra, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to count your blessings. You need to count your blessings. There are so many things that you have in your life right now. You don't have to look. You don't have to grab for anything. You don't have to pull. You don't have to add no sugar to nothing. Right now, you have so many things in your life that you should be happy about. So many things in your life that you can love right now. So many blessings in your life that you tend to overlook a lot of times. And my message here is going to be for a special group of people. This is for a special group of people who could have grown up always looking outside of themselves, never thinking that the blessing was within. These are the people who usually always, and if you find yourself in this, then this is a silent reminder to count your blessings today, okay? And just like the video, if you find yourself in this. But this may be a person who has the constant need to reinvent themselves, like not let's say new year, new me. This is every couple of months. And they have to reinvent themselves. They feel like they have to become another individual. This is a person who's always changing, always trying to change, always trying to, let's say better themselves, upgrade themselves. How about right now we just be content and happy with just the regular 1.0 version of ourselves? This is for the person who's chasing a certain something outside of themselves. And if you are a person who likes to change, now you like, I love change when I love it. When I don't, I'm being resistant. But when I love it, I love change. Now, it's nothing wrong with you changing. But this is for a person that's changing, that feels like that something that they need is not within the version of themselves right now. Something that they need to feel happy for, something that they love, or a blessing is not within them. So they constantly change themselves, reinvent themselves into someone or something that they think that will get the blessing. This is also for the people who's also always looking outside of themselves or what everybody else got. This is a person who's always looking outside of themselves for what everybody else has and never quite looking at yours. You always thought the grass was greener on the other side. To get on the other side of that grass and then look on the other side. And no matter, you have no idea that you're standing in green grass because you keep on looking for something better. And it has there's nothing wrong with trying to better yourself, nothing wrong with trying to move forward. But until you start to count the blessings within, you will always be in lack. So for my special people who since birth, since a youth, y'all don't judge me, since birth, that has always felt like, I want what she has. Or I want what he has. Or their parents do this. And that comes from trauma. That comes from trauma. Maybe you grew up without a father in the household. Maybe everybody you've seen, they had a father in the household. Maybe their mom stayed home from work and your mom had to work. Or maybe your mom stayed home and you seen everybody else's mom's work. Maybe you lived in like a shared housing community where it was like about 3 families in one home, and you went to your friend's house and it wasn't like that. So you always start looking outside of yourself of what's good and start thinking about something that you have as bad. There is a need for you to. It's okay for you to look at the areas in your life that you don't necessarily like. It's okay for you to look at the areas in your life that you want to improve. But there needs to be another, when you start looking at that list, you need to make a line in the middle of that paper and start looking at the blessings that you have right now, looking at the love that you have right now. It could be a favorite lip shade or blush, because I just got into blush. Why the girls ain't tell me, okay? It could be a favorite blush, and you like your blush. Okay, it could be a hairstyle, you like your hairstyle. It could be some type of perfume and you like your perfume. Okay, it could be very, very vain, but But making the list is the thing. So since Friday is the day of love, it's Venus Day, it's our day. This is going to be the Count Your Blessings Friday here on out. I'm going to be reminding you every Friday to count your blessings. Come on here and let y'all know. Count your blessings. It's the day of love. It's the day for you to be in love with yourself. It's Venus Day, okay? It's our day. All right, so I don't know who needs to hear that message. If that was your message, if you feel like you need to count more of your blessings, count more of your wins instead of your losses, count more of the things you love instead of the things you hate, pay attention to more of the things that you love than that you hate, then make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribed. This content is going to forever be here, okay? If you feel some type of way about this content, if it fills you up and gives you a little bit of inspiration, that's what I'm here for, okay? I want to apologize now if y'all hear me sipping. I did make me a big old cup of my favorite coffee. It got infuses a little CBD oil in there. You know, it's like, it's the best. It got all the supplements, the mushrooms, a little bit of caffeine like I like. I don't like a lot of caffeine. And I'm going to sip this thing while it's hot. So I want to apologize now if y'all hear me sipping my coffee. Yes, I'm a coffee girl. All right. Let's see. What is the affirmation for Libra today? The affirmation is, I make the time to experience joy. Let's say that together 4 times. I make the time to experience joy. 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 It says, what activities make me feel joyful? How am I incorporating some of these into my daily life? What activities do you love? What do you love to do? What you like to do? I like to sit back, get real cozy, y'all, and watch my podcast. I'm a podcast girl. I'm surprised why I have not started my own podcast yet, because I am that girl. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch podcasts. I am that girl. And I was just telling my sister the other day, I'm that girl who likes her own company. I'm not that type of girl. I do love the company of other people, and I can get clingy on other people too, and I cannot want them to leave and just like live here forever. Friends, family, whatever. I love like togetherness, but I also love my own space, my own energy, my own vibe. I like laughing by myself. Like, I will have an inside joke with me. That's a different type of love. I will have an inside joke with myself. And don't nobody even know. It's just with me. It's us. It's us. It's my inner child playing. It's my shadow saying some crazy. Like, I will have that inside joke with myself. And I know a lot of I like my own company. I like my coffee. That's the part of the reason why I wake up. A lot of the times, like, I wake up because I know I get a big old cup of joe, okay? And I make my coffee the way that I want. A little bit of caffeine. You know, I put a little chai. Sometimes I make mine a little cinnamon. I experiment with my coffee. I got a whole little coffee setup station in my kitchen, all the syrups, all the everything. So I love my coffee. That's one of the things I like. I like getting up and making my coffee. I like my podcast. I like my walks. I like making videos for y'all. Like, what do you like to do? I like to sit in my living room in front of my mirrors and dance. Like I'm on somebody's stage or a background dancer for somebody. And, you know, I like to laugh. I like to watch things funny. I have like a dry type of sick, twisted humor sometimes. And I like it. I like it. Like, I like it. Okay. Sometimes my humor could be, I like those quirky white movies. Don't judge me, okay? But you know, like the Seth Rogen and I forgot what his name, but he's like the black guy in Hot Tub Time Machine. And me and my friend, we call him Craig for some reason. He just like Craig, so we just call him Craig. But I like those. I like very, very dry. I would sit there and be cracking up. My little brother would look at me like, you're crazy. And I'm just, I'm cracking. It's the best thing in the world for me. There's a need for you to start falling in love with yourself. Like, what are the things that you like? What do you like to do? And if you like to do it and nobody else, for a long time, for the things that I really liked, I was the only one who liked them. So if you're looking for a whole crowd and loving your blessings or loving your wins or loving these things, you're going to keep, you still on that, you still in the green grass looking for some greener grass. I used to be that girl. So I know, okay? If you feeling this, it's because I know. And sometimes you got to just sit in your grass and you got to set up shop with what it is you got. That's how you make lemonade out of lemons, or a Long Island iced tea, or a margarita. You get real crafty when you start to really love and appreciate the things that you like. Like I used to be that girl, looking at everything everybody else had and not celebrating myself and wondering why people trying to get the shit that I want when I'm trying to get at somewhere because I want something that somebody else wants. And I'm like, they're foolish. I don't even want this. They're foolish. And I'm like, no, I was foolish because I didn't even want it. For some of you guys, you don't know what you got, but your enemy do. Your enemy after it. Sometimes we need to be thankful for the haters and the people who are jealous in our lives, or the people who attack and you could tell that they're mad or they're envious for certain things. Some things you may not even care about. Some things you may be embarrassed that you have, but this other person wanted. And that is God speaking. Everything ain't the devil. That's God speaking to both of y'all. Turn around and look at y'all grass. Okay, because she want what you want, and you want what she want, or he wants what you want, and I'm getting confused, y'all. I told y'all CBD in here. He want what he wants, and you want what he wants. Y'all knew what I was saying. Anyways, let's get into the blessing day. It's Venus Day. I swear it's only coffee. It's got a natural high for life. I swear it's only coffee. You have your person's attention. You got a nice body. Like, stop looking at everybody else's body. Little booties matter too. Little booties. Little breasts. They matter too. Stop looking at everybody else's body thinking you don't have it. Stop looking at everybody else's features thinking you have to look like them. Bird chests matter too, okay? I know so many people that got bird chests that they may have the face and they may be handsome. They take off that shirt and they do not have those muscles that we see all over Instagram. I mean, everybody, like, who are they? Yeah, I see a lot of people in my everyday life. Who those people? Because they don't look like that. These people don't look like that. These men ain't looking like that. What's the protein shake called, y'all? Bird chests matter too. Period. I'm going to say it. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with a little bird. Ain't nothing wrong with a little booty. Ain't nothing wrong with a big nose. Ain't nothing wrong with some little lips. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with your features. You'll be surprised that once this phase go around, people may start spending money trying to look like you. You see, they already taken the surgery out. You see, they already taken certain surgery out, certain fillers out. So everything is with phases. You can't try to keep up with the phases. And I just hope that it's a young girl here. I just hope that it's a young girl here. Because I needed somebody to tell me this. I needed somebody to remind me of the things that I had. of the things that I already had inside. And that is what we're here for. We're here to remind these other people. And I made a promise to myself. If I come in contact with another me, I'm going to remind me. If I come in contact with a person that reminds me of my younger self, I'm going to remind me. I'm going to say the things that I wish a person would have said to me, the things that I learned. I'm going to tell them they're beautiful just how they are, that they're talented, that they're creative, that they're a gift to this world, that they have so many things to be blessed about. So many blessings, so many wins, so many things to celebrate. Stop looking over that fence and start appreciating your own grass that you have. I hope that it's younger girls that are here. I hope it's younger women that's trying to get into, themselves. Because we need to realize that our grass is green. When they said the grass is greener on the other side, they didn't say the grass you were standing in wasn't green. We just made that up, that it was brown, or that it was blotchy and patches, or it was dirt that you were standing in. We made it up. It didn't say it wasn't green. Of course, if you haven't looked at your own grass in a long time, of course other grass will look greener. Shit, if you don't even know if your grass is green, you haven't even looked down. Of course that looks better over there. I didn't even look at what I have. I didn't even try to play with the toy that my parents could afford. I'm steady looking at what so-and-so got over there. I didn't even try to play with the toy. I didn't know that I might like the toy better. Then when I show them, they might like the toy better. Anyways. As you can see, I feel passionate about this because I feel like I lived it. Part of my soul's work for the little kids out there to love themselves wholly and unconditionally. Even the young adults, just anybody. Just to love themselves wholly and unconditionally. You have the rod. This is family quarrels, family disappointments. There is some type of gathering. You got the wine too. There may be some type of gathering. For some of you guys, I feel like the family disappointments, the family problems, the family things. For some of you guys, you internalize family drama. You internalize all of that. You absorb a lot of that. And for some reason along the way, I'm talking to your inner children, okay? For some reason along the way, you made something your fault. Or you made this thing something that you had to fix. Something that could have been here ages and ages and ages and ages. Something that's out of your hands and only in God's hands. Something that God only has control over. You've made it your duty to fix it, or you've made yourself the blame of it, okay? There's a need for you to focus on the activities that you love. To focus on the activities that make you happy. To focus on the things that give you joy, that give you happiness. There is a need for you to isolate yourself from some type of drama and dive fully. You are given the permission to dive fully into your happiness, to swim in it, to splash around, to do backflips in it, okay? To sit cute in it, okay? If you don't want to get your hair wet in it, okay? To sip some margaritas while you are given full permission to dive right into your happiness. Because for some reason you don't give yourself permission to completely go there with you. That's probably why you feel under-celebrated. That was an ouch one. That was an ouch one. You're not alone in that. That's probably why you feel under-celebrated, because you don't allow yourself to fully dive in with just you first. Just you. Just your sacred self. Just dive into your happiness and dive into your joy. just with you. Before anyone else is included, anybody else is thought of, just with you. Forget, like, you are also given the permission to be rude, Libra, and tune the bullshit out. Yeah, be rude. Are you paying attention? No. Did you hear what I just said? No. Are you ignoring me? Yes. You are given permission to be rude, and I mean rude in the sense of not giving something all your full undivided attention. Okay? Not giving something your full divide that attention up. Divide it up. Divide it up. Okay? You two invested. Divide it up. Way too invested in it, way too focused in it, way too committed to hearing every little dagger and piece of pain that hurts you. You make sure that you look and you see and you feel and you get and you just looking for it. Instead, find your favorite color in the room. Think about something you're going to do for you when you get out of this type of confusion, argument, something like that. It looks like there's been this could be, and for a lot of us, there is family drama, you know. One of the things that I've realized growing up, a lot of us, we have the same families. A lot of us have been through the same things. And you may look at other people like, damn, they don't really deal with that in their family. They do. They just kind of, express it differently. Or they wear it, they express themselves differently. They may not wear it on their face. They may not ever talk about it. They may, internalize things and become quiet. They may turn a blind eye and act like they don't know that it's going on. But a lot of us, we have the same families. A lot of us, we have been through a lot of the same traumas. A lot of us, okay? And different things. So I do feel like there is some type of overlying like family drama or family conflict that could have been happening, or you could have, somebody grew up in a traumatic family where it was something always going on. All of us, right? It was something always going on. This auntie fell out with that auntie, and this grandma mad at them, and your mama mad at them now, and then your daddy just did this, and it's so and so, and it's just been an ongoing thing of trauma just happening. Now these kids mad at those kids, and this one just went to jail, and that one just had 3 babies, and this one it's just like a whole bunch of stuff going on, right? And I do feel like a lot of us, we internalize ourselves with that, and we feel like because that's going on, we can't be happy. We can't find joy. We must not be happy, or we can't be happy when other people are suffering, because that will be what? What is that? I can't be happy if it's drama going on in my family, or it's dysfunction, or this has been here. It's been here before you. It's going to continue after you. There is a need for you to kind of like pay attention to yourself. You are given the permission to be rude. If you are the one that everybody call, you are given the permission to miss a couple calls. I dare you. Matter of fact, it's the game. I dare you to miss a couple calls. I dare you to be busy. I dare you to put your phone on Do Not Disturb. And if they really a pain, I dare you to block them. Just for Venus Day. This is your day. You don't got to wait for your birthday for it to be your day. All right, let's see. I've rambled enough. That seemed like that's the reading. I told you, somebody gonna call you. Somebody gonna call you. Somebody gonna visit you. They may be bringing this rod right to you because they coming. That is the rod. And this is, usually it's the Page of Wands, but a lot of people say the wands are the rods. And this is the rod. So there's a visit. There's a phone call. There's something. And I already gave you your sister auntie. Okay. Because I didn't got a little groaner from the past, It's not just sister now. Now it's sister auntie. Your sister auntie just gave you permission to be rude. To be rude. You don't gotta cuss nobody out, but you ain't hear nothing. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't have a response for that. Somebody who's always complaining in your ear, I don't know. I don't know. They may be like, okay, what's up with her energy? What is up with your energy? You're talking about this for 10 years. You have permission to be rude. We're going to be going into the Priestess of Light Oracle today. I feel like I'm talking to somebody on the phone. And wow, when I say I feel like I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I see telepathy. Who am I talking to on the phone? Which one of y'all getting this like I'm your friend talking to you on the phone? Somebody has a friend that talks to them like this or something like that. And they be like, girl, we don't know. Stop. Love that sister or love that brother. They trying to get you to stop worrying so much. They trying to get you to focus on the beauty, the sweetness of life. Shoot. For some of you guys, you are that friend. Some of you guys, I probably sound like you. Or what you've been saying to a friend. All right, let's see. What is the morning inspo for Libra today? What are we focusing on? Calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. Not responding today. Look at these river of blessings. I just noticed how much this woman looked like Erykah Badu. Like, am I tripping? I know I'm not tripping. I just noticed how on the river of blessings, she looked like Erykah Badu. Okay, Erykah. Like, for real. And I could see Erykah Badu wearing this same thing. And maybe even just having the leopard or a tiger, whatever that is. Having a whole, like, crown shaped like, I could just see it. Oh, I loved her so much. As a child, like, seeing her as a child was, like, everything. That's probably why I had my moments where I was just dressing crazy. But I was just experimenting. You got the sacred sound and breath. Love. This is you speaking your heart, not being afraid for you to, not being afraid to speak your heart, not being afraid to speak your mind. Your higher up message is the Akashic records are open. Hidden knowledge and silent understandings. What's coming right towards you is building your world, expansion, creation, networking. Lots of collaborations are in the works. Definitely in the works with you. Lots and lots of collaborations. And the overall message is healing earth. The power to give and receive healing. For some of you guys, you are natural born healers. For some of you guys, you are around natural healers who actually help. They help you grow. They help you thrive. I do see this woman. There is something that's standing out to me with this card of this woman's back being firmly planted on this tree. The backing of the healing, the grounding of your healing, the root system of your healing, the foundation from which you heal from. Something must be solid. Something must be structured. Something must have a solid foundation. Must be structured in a way that allows you to stand up so you can give out your healing. There's a need for us to kind of work on some type of inner foundation. Our foundations. And our foundations needs to be strong, because our foundation is going to give us the strength to pour out that healing. Okay. And then also, if you are receiving this healing, you want to make sure that you're getting this healing from not just the person who sounds good, but the groundwork is solid. The foundation is solid from what it is that they stand on. I know, have you ever met a person who kind of, they talk, and you know, we're all human beings, but it's just certain things that I just feel like, there's just certain things that if you know, you know. But have you ever met a person who was like, you thought this person was a big healer or something, or someone, not saying everybody's not special, but special. And then you get to meet them and you're like, I would have never thought that this is how this person played this, or this is how this person is in, this is how they talk to their kids, and this is how they da-da-da-da, and this is how they blah, blah, blah. This don't sound like where you kind of see where a person, and I use that from how you do one thing is how you do all things. And everybody can argue or whatever, but I feel like that's the foundation from which you do one thing is the foundation from which you do all things. So I do feel like if your foundation isn't strong in one area, you may want to look at the foundation in a lot of areas, not just that one area. That one area may be flashing so much so you can pay attention to all areas of one thing. I do feel like that we're all a family, so I feel like if the child feels neglected, the mommy and the daddy not doing their job. Your inner child shouldn't feel unloved if your mommy and your daddy is nurturing and protecting that inner child. And then if your divine feminine feels unappreciated and overworked, then there's no way that your divine masculine is doing his job. And it's no way that inner child is getting the right amount of nurture and attention from a person whose foundation is crushed at the moment. I feel like everything is in a cycle. Everything is happening in a cycle, And then if you're not paying attention to your shadow, okay? If you're not paying attention to your shadow, then you ultimately aren't paying attention to yourself. That means it's a very conditional love going on. If you're not paying attention to the shadow in the child, the shadow in the masculine, the shadow in the feminine, then it's very, very conditional. And you learn that over time of how to show up in certain relationships. You learn, and that's why we have people pleasers. And that's why we have the rebel. And that's why that was all of us trying to figure out how to gain mommy and daddy's love in the most effective way for us. And we found it. And we capitalized off of it. And now we're adults playing that same way. We know that mommy and daddy would have loved us regardless, but something inside of us goes to that point, that part, that people pleaser inside of us, that rebel inside of us. It's and it's many other archetypes. But we go to that inner child because that's what our inner child remembers. And it could be the wounded inner child that remembers that. And a lot of times that we go back to our wounds when certain things happen in our lives that trigger us, we go right back to our wounds, because healing those deep inner wounds take years, decades even. Healing belief systems takes time, lots and lots of time. Anyone who struggled with some type of substance abuse can tell you this. They even tell you, you'll always be an addict. This is not something that's going to just secretly one day come up out of you, and you're never going to feel the urges that an addict feels. You're never going to feel the triggers to do certain things. You're never going to. Now, it gets easier. But you'll realize that you'll always be in a certain position where you are like an addict. So yeah, on the spiritual plane, you do have power over difficulty. You're reclaiming your power back. I'm here for that. The Akashic records are open. You You got the river of blessings. The river of blessings. How did I know he was about to call me? You got the river of blessings in career. Releasing constraints. I felt my phone about to ring, and I thought it was somewhere else, and it was right beside me. I thought it was ringing, and I'm like, someone's calling me, and then he calls. Of course. Of course. All right, tell me more about calming the waters. Self-regulation. How you calm something within yourself is by counting your blessings. Counting your wins instead of your losses. Counting your blessings. Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Miracles. Discovering the truth of you. We talked about when miracles happen. It was the reading with the activations oracle. And I know that it is miracles. Well, it's miracles in another deck. But I kind of want to go and get the card from this other deck. Okay, here it is. The miracle is the frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Miracles 33. So for some of you guys, you haven't even been looking at yourself and believing in yourself, believing in what you have, believing that, you know, you are blessed. You do have a reason to be happy. You have a reason to be joyous. You have a reason to shout. You have a reason to sing. You have a reason to dance. That is bringing these miracles. That is giving you the belief that you can do anything just by the simple counting your blessings, counting your wins instead of your losses. It's very, very powerful. It's very, very powerful. It's very powerful and very simple. What did God say? I'm not the God of confusion. So everything is very, very simple. Very powerful, very simple. There is also, when I talked about you kind of like giving so much of your power outside, there's a need for you to devote some time to your own priorities. Devote some time to the things that make you feel joyous, happy, all of those things. I do feel like there is some type of guilt, and we're going best believe we're going to unpack it, but we're going to unpack it probably another day. But I do feel like somebody has some guilt in making themselves happy. Somebody dealt with like extreme favoritism growing up. Maybe you could have been favorited, so the things you got could have been bad for your siblings, or there was other people who were favorited or favored. So if you were to celebrate, or if you got something, it wasn't as significant because you weren't a favorite or something like that. I don't know why I just got that. There's a person who kind of dealt with like they feel bad for like enjoying themselves. They feel guilty. It's almost like, let me do this silently, which can become sacred. Okay. Tell me more about River of Blessings. Something could become sacred. Traveling lightly. Simplify your life. All right. So simplifying your life, clearing, purging, purification, cleansing waters. Also forgiveness, not holding grudges, not holding on to things that aren't useful to you. Kind of going with a lighter approach. For some of you guys, this could be like you started new, or you starting like some type of new cycle or beginning something. This could also be you started in a completely different field. It's almost given like less is more. So the less that you do, the more it's going to kind of like benefit you. It actually gives you a river of blessings, like showering blessings, flowing blessings coming to you. There's a need for you to travel lightly, to do something, to simplify something. You got infinite abundance too. Abundance is pouring in your life. I also do see there's some type of first light. There is a lot of transformation. I do feel like you're going to be asked to travel when it comes to career, and there's going to be a need for you to travel lightly, or just the phrase less is more is going to be very significant for you. Tell me more about sacred breath and sound. You got valiant courage. Take action with passion. So there's something that you need to say to a person. There's a need for you to kind of say it. All right. Or there's some type of expression that you need to do, or something that you need to express. There's a need for you to say it. This is not just you being passionate about something. This is a breakthrough. There's a breakthrough at hand. There's something that's going to, like, there's some type of obstacle that you're breaking right on through. I do believe that there's a need for you to take the first step with expressing yourself in the most truest manner, truest to your heart. Make sure you're saying things from your heart. But right now you're breaking trail. There's a breakthrough coming with some type of conversation. It does look like there's a person who's going to be calling you. Stop holding back. Stop holding back how you feel. And you may feel drained. You may feel like you don't want to have the conversation, and that's okay. But there's a need for you to kind of like say that. You are a wise leader. You're crossing bridges right now. Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. You are a wise leader. You may see yourself, like see these like, look, you're uncovering treasure in yourself. So you may see yourself as like really, really higher up, like having dreams of you. I forgot what it means if you see your own face in a dream. I'll get back to y'all on that. I used to study dreams a lot because my dreams, they used to be whole scenarios. And I just realized that was the way that a lot of my intuition spirit would talk to me clearly. And a lot of things, like I went through like so many years of my childhood saying, we did this already and we did not do this. We did this. Look, you're going to get da-da-da-da. And I used to play on the fact like, yeah, I'm a psychic. And I didn't know. I'm thinking like, you know, the grown-up said deja vu, like, okay, you thought of something that happened already. Maybe you've been there in a dream, but nobody really talked to me about it. So I used to have these things where I would kind of like see a lot of stuff that happened. And I'm like, wait, didn't we do this already? Didn't you go here and get da-da-da-da-da? I'm like, no. And like, I don't know. I'm surprised nobody was shocked. Now I'm sad. I'm like thinking I really did that. And nobody was like, oh my gosh, this girl she's gifted. She's gifted. Or maybe they always knew. Or maybe they're like, all kids are like that. But you're seeing yourself as a wise leader. Tell me more about hidden knowledge. I wonder who had deja vu a lot as a child. Like, we did this already. This already happened. I used to like, am I tripping or did this already happen? But it was dreams, very, very vivid dreams that felt like they were like actually happening. Tell me more about hidden knowledge. What is this hidden knowledge? This higher up message. You're about to get a silent understanding. You know what that means? When you get an understanding, when you get that epiphany to click, shut your mouth. Quiet. Quiet, quiet, chatty patty. Sometimes I could be a chatty patty and God be like, I did not tell you to open your mouth. And I'd be like, dang, God, I did it again, huh? You always doing it. But I got my, tell me more about hidden knowledge. I did not tell you. Fellow travelers, support is all around you. Healing energy flows through you. For some of you guys, you have some type of healing energy. And it's a silent understanding. Oh, you know what this is? So I was watching church, okay, because I like doing that too. And this time on church, it was like an old video from like probably like 3-4 years ago. And in this sermon, this guy was like, and in this sermon, the preacher was talking about when Jesus came back, okay? And he was saying that he had came back. He didn't come back and go to those people who didn't believe. And I feel like that's the silent understanding. Stop auditioning. For some of you guys, that's a word already in itself. But I feel like talking today, so I'm going to keep on going. Stop trying to convince people of your special powers. Stop trying to convince people of your healing abilities. Stop trying. You already have your followers. So when Jesus came back, he went to those people who were already following him, and he revealed himself to those followers. So for some of you guys, you're trying to convince all these other people when your fellow travelers, your supporters, they already know your healing abilities. And those are the people that you need to focus on. So there's people in your life that already knows your beauty. They know you're beautiful. They already know you're smart. They know you're gifted. They know you're blessed. They know you have a pure heart. There's nothing that you have to prove to these people who follow you. I feel like you will understand when you're ready for your manifestations, okay? You might want to write this down. When you're ready for your manifestations to come to you, and they will come to you in the snap of the finger when this happens naturally. When you are not so eager to convince another person of your magic inside you. When you are not so eager to show a person, to prove, pretend, or defend, that's when your manifestations are ready for you. When you're in that type of energy where you have to prove your greatness, when you have to keep explaining yourself to non-believers, okay? Non-believers, when you want to go to these, it's a certain time and a place for everything. And now you're in this type of place. You're in this energy where it's not about the non-believers. It's about the believers. So this is another test, or this is some other homework. Who are the people that already believe you? Who are the people that already know you? Who are the people that you don't have to explain your heart to, your character to? You don't have to say, well, I meant they know your heart, they know your soul, they know you. Who are the people that know you? And those are the people that you need to pour love on. Those are the people who you need to be focused on. Instead of the people who keep telling you year after year, either I don't know you or I don't want to know you. This is getting even deeper. Like deeper. Like for some of you guys, you've been struggling with this. And I know because I have been struggling with this too. Trying to convince another person, no, I'm a good person. I mean, well, no, I didn't mean it that way. No, I'm not. I used to have this thing that because I'm shy and I'm cute. Y'all know how they do girls that's shy and they cute. We automatically stuck up. We're bitches. We're this. So my whole life I've tried to kind of like prove to a person that I'm not that. And then I'm a little bit shy and I'm an introvert. So they gets real like, oh, she thinks she better than. Then I know how to dress and I'm a little bougie too. I like a nice thing now. Okay. I like a nice thing. I ain't gonna act like I don't like a nice thing. So I like a nice thing now. So I would get a whole bunch of labels on top of me. And I know it's so many women that can relate to that. And I would feel like I have to prove that I'm not. I have to prove that I'm nice. I have to be overly nice, because if I don't be overly nice, somebody's going to take this wrong. But it's certain souls that just get you. It's certain souls that you don't have to do that to. It's certain souls that know your heart. It's certain people that know just who you are. And it's not getting out of the place where you're not helpful. It's just we done proven. I'm done proving this to you. I got to a place like a couple years ago, like, if you don't know about now, you don't want to know. Okay? Like he said on the Titans, they don't want to know. If you don't know by now, you don't want to know. Period. Sorry, y'all. Got a little, because no. If you don't know, you don't want to know. Thanks God for that message. That is, they be speaking. Tell me more about building your world. And I know I got y'all on here for longer than I planned it. Tell me more about building your world. Some of you guys are on the brink of expansion because you at that point where I'm not proving nothing. Proof to you? You knew me my whole life. You knew me before I knew me. What you mean? You don't want to know. You rather know me in the idea that you have about me instead of the idea that I've shown you for years. That's what you rather believe. No more forcing. My ships come over on a calm sea. The moment you let go. What if this was what you had to let go? The moment you let go, your manifestations come in speeding, running after you. They come running after you. Tell me more about building your world. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life, creating so much expansion for you. So much. Just look at the fun here. I don't know, what are those cherries, apples? But they look like they're having a grand time. Apples. This is the harvest. Plenty. They making apple pie, apple everything. Right? Apple lotion, apple perfume. They have an abundance right now. All the trees bear fruit. Every single thing. What if every single avenue that you planted, for some of you guys, you have so many different streams, all of that bears fruit. Blessings so big that you can't even carry in your own two hands. They need 3 people for these blessings. You're going to need to call some friends. Call them people that you don't got to prove. That's why you need to know who those people are, that you don't have to show who. They already know who exactly you are. You're going to need to call them to carry this abundance. You ain't going to be able to carry something by yourself. You're going to need help. They got more than 3 people. It's about 5 people out there getting these blessings. Tell me more about healing earth. Joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. Some of you guys, you love healing. You love healing. Something may be a desert passage, but let me show you what's on the other side. Stepping right into your power. You have to go through this desert. So when you come up to deserts again, you're not shaking. Your knees don't buckle. Show you, I've been through this before. I know exactly what to do. I know the wood. I know where to set up camp. I know exactly how to maneuver between all of this. So don't look at this desert passage as a curse or as a punishment. It's still, you see the path? It's still along your journey to infinite abundance. All right, let's get to the angel message. What are the angel messages for Libra? Release jealousy. We talked about that release it. Let it go. Dreams of abundance. Release jealousy. Let's read this. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's successes inspire rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. When you start seeing other people get blessed, start counting your blessings instead of counting your losses and counting what you don't have. Stop trying to measure yourself up to another person. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. Bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet. Meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. All right, Libra, I hope this reading resonated with you. If it does, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up and make sure you guys are subscribed. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.